Thank you, Ian.
Great. Thanks. Ian. Dave is back. Dave, where are you joining us from? You're over in Africa somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. Hello from Windhoek, Namibia.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, it's not what you think of when you think of Africa typically. Upper middle income country, very safe, very politically stable, low corruption. So anyway, this is the major development that I'd like to tell everyone about today. But before I do, let me just catch you up on our company in general. We make the world's first autonomous disease testing kiosks. They are self-service, which means that anybody can insert their own sample and see results on the screen in real time. We've also implemented our new test cartridges, and our best accuracy so far is 96%, which is comparable to the best tests in the world. But unlike those best tests, PCR, we are done in about 1 minute. So that is, at least 35 times faster than PCR, and typically you have to wait 24 hours for PCR testing. So it's really, really fast and convenient. It's also a software-defined test. We just use a laser and a patient sample, and the hardware doesn't change no matter what disease you're trying to detect, which means that if you want to detect a new disease, you just push out a software update to get the ability to detect that new threat almost overnight. And you can scan for multiple diseases at the same time. Finally, this is one of 2 versions of the product that are now fully functional and ready to ship. This is, we call it the Cube. It fits in airplane overhead carry-on and goes anywhere you need it to be, including places with poor health infrastructure, such as sub-Saharan Africa. This is a short video of the product in use. I'm just going to play that for you, so you can get an idea of what it looks like and how it works. This fits on a tabletop. It's smaller than a microwave oven. Patient inserts the sample in the slide port, and it's a simple process on screen of entering minimal information and then getting a result. Let's see if we can skip ahead to Zach using the device. So here he goes, inserting the sample, and punches in his name and processes and then gets a result. I want to show you also the second version of this technology that is now also fully operational. And that is an airport check-in style kiosk. You can approach the machine, insert your sample, type in your passport number. It takes a picture of your face, swipes your credit card, and gives you a printout of your result with your face and your passport number on it that can be handed to security officials. Now, I'm here today to talk mostly about the incredible opportunity we have with the Ministry of Health and Social Services in Namibia. And let me tell you a little bit more about it. On the basis of the 96% accuracy performance we're now seeing, and with 7 market-ready products, 3 of which are in Namibia, we've been offered a $10 million purchase commitment from the Ministry of Health in Namibia. So it's actually a purchase guarantee subject to a successful field test. It's a $10 million order with $4 million in cash profit. And we have an extremely high probability of success with the field test because we're helping to define the minimum standards for success. And really all we have to do is show that we're better than current antigen tests, which the US CDC and its counterparts in the UK and in Norway have just concluded are only between 40 and 70% accurate. So we're already significantly above that minimum threshold that'll be used for the test. These folks are good for it. This purchase is backstopped by a $16 billion pension fund in Namibia. We are also in contact with the U.S. Export-Import Bank and the Development Finance Corporation for finance guarantees and additional incentives. This certification, this field test the actual test itself only takes 10 days. And this certification that it will result in is accepted throughout the Southern Africa development community, which is a population of 270 million people. So Namibia only has 2.5 million people in it. And we've already got one order just from the Ministry of Health, just in that 2.5 million people population. That's $10 million. And Namibia is less than 1% the size of the population of the total Southern African Development Community market. They've also given us an incredible opportunity. They're making available to us 3,000 patient samples with multiple diseases in them, PCR test results, antigen test results, saliva and nose swabs, to give you some idea of what a huge leap forward this is for our technology in terms of new capabilities. If you wanted to just add one new disease in the United States, you would spend $900,000 for the quantity of samples that they're providing us for free. And that's just one disease. So we're getting all these new diseases and saliva testing capability for free by participating in this field test. We also have partners in Namibia, including a Keiretsu Forum chapter president. So this is a legitimate deal because the president of Keiretsu Southeast is the partner, is one of the managing directors of Invest Africa Global, which is our partner here in the region. And he has agreed to put up $100,000 of his own money to cover some of the cost of the field test. And in exchange for that, we're giving him reseller rights throughout the region. But he doesn't make any money unless the field test is successful and until he sells machines. You may also be concerned about stability in Namibia. It's considered by the World Bank an upper middle income country, politically stable, and it's less corrupt than Greece. So you normally think of sub-Saharan Africa as a mess. This is a politically stable upper middle income country with less corruption than some parts of Europe. So 4 million in cash profit possible at the conclusion of what we expect will be about 90 days. And we're seeking an additional $250,000 to ensure the success of this project. In light of this opportunity, I'm offering the same terms that you saw in 2021. Participating preferred stock at a $15.5 million pre-money valuation. And we still have 20% free warrant coverage for the investors who contribute the next $75,000. And as always, your investments are 100% matchable with non-dilutive capital from the US Air Force. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to tell you about all the exciting things that are going on. I'm going to put my Calendly link here in the chat window so that anybody who wants to get in touch with me for a one-on-one call can go ahead and do that.
And there's also a poll up. If you're interested, we'll definitely be forwarding your information to Dave and vice versa, so that you can get in contact with them immediately.
Thank you so much, everybody. I've got to hop. It's been a pleasure.
All right, Dave. Okay, no time for questions.
Good luck.
Dave. You gotta go.
I'll be back. I actually have another investor call right now. But if you want to submit your questions in the chat window, I'll be back and I can review them.
All
Okay.
right.
All
Thanks,
right,
Dave.
great.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, everybody.
Super. I'm going to leave this up here for if I can.